Hello, everybody, and today I'm here to review Jingle All the Way. It came out in 1996, and it stars the legendary Arnold Schwarzenegger playing a dad named Howard who is trying to buy his son a Turbo Man action figure because he's never really there for his son because he's too busy with work. So he goes on a quest to find this toy, but it leads to conflict because how crazy Christmas shopping can be. So a lot of people don't like this movie. I don't know why. This movie's a lot of fun in my opinion. It's like a guilty pleasure of mine. Like a movie I like that others don't seem to like. But some people seem to have a lot of nostalgia for this movie because of how real it is. I saw Chris Stuckman's review on Jingle All the Way, and he kind of likes how the movie's about. Kind of just shows like the chaos that can be Christmas shopping. Like most Christmas movies are about like showing caring, giving to others, being there with family and stuff. But this movie, it's kind of just about the chaos that is Christmas shopping. We all got to go through Christmas shopping, how chaotic it can be, finding that one toy you want to buy your kid or that one thing your family member wants, and it's just so hard to find. And when that one thing is super popular, it's like a big hassle just to find it for your kid. And that's what basically Schwarzenegger is going through in this whole movie. And his son's played by Jake Lloyd before he became Anakin Skywalker. Honestly, George Lucas probably saw this movie, and now that's the reason why Jake Lloyd's in The Phantom Menace. So that's some real facts right there. But what I really like about this movie is how heartwarming it is, despite how chaotic it can be. It shows that Arnold Schwarzenegger does care to be there as a father, but it's very hard for his son to believe it because he's never really there. The dad's just not there because he's too busy partying at his job, and he can't even show up to his son's karate thing. But when a parade comes, Jake Lloyd asks Schwarzenegger if he will be there, but he says he'll promise to be there. He's like, ooh, you said that before and you never showed up. But this time Schwarzenegger is going to be there. But that's where he gets into conflict with this mailman, who also is trying to find a Turbo Man. He tries to offer to team up with Schwarzenegger, but he just switches between them fighting each other over Turbo Man, and they're doing whatever it takes to find this toy. And I like how the mailman ends up actually threatening the cops when he gets arrested. He tries to trick Schwarzenegger thinking he has a bomb. The first time he doesn't actually have a bomb, it's just a present for someone's mail. But then when he tricks the cops, they think it's not a bomb, but then it explodes all over the cop, and it's meant to be funny. But the mailman gets away, and Schwarzenegger ends up going to the parade, and he ends up going into a toy store, and there's a bunch of cool toys there. Probably stuff I'd like if I was a 90s kid. When we get to the parade stuff, we get a bunch of cool cameos. We see a person dressed up like a Ninja Turtle, Cat in the Hat. Like, I think we see Mickey Mouse. I'm not sure. But we get a bunch of iconic characters in this one scene. It's very nostalgic to watch. It reminds me how fun it can be to go to a Christmas parade. Like, you can just see Santa Claus and you can just have a good time. But the big float, all the kids want to see is Turbo Man. But Schwarzenegger ends up sneaking into the place that they're having the toy there. But the guys think, the people there end up thinking he's the one who's gonna be dressed up like Turbo Man, and so they dress him up as Turbo Man, and he actually goes up to the float, and he actually tries to get his son to come on board because apparently there was a contest for whoever wins some contest, they get to go up on the Turbo Man float, and Jake Lloyd ends up going on there, but it's interrupted by the mailman who is dressed up as Turbo Man's arch enemy. I forget the name, but Yeah, it's meant to be like a Power Rangers like parody or something. And Turbo Man actually sounds like a cool name. It seems like a cool toy. And there's even a joke about one of his, I think his allies is like a giant pink bear, and that toy doesn't sell well because nobody wants them, because they just want Turbo Man, which makes perfect sense. But once Schwarzenegger turns on the turbo lifts, the jetpack on the Turbo Man, he ends up just flying all around the city area, and it's meant to kind of look silly. And since I don't know, it was special effects back then were very different, so I don't know, it doesn't really bother me, but I kind of noticed that. But once the best scene in this movie is once the boy Jake Lloyd gets the toy, he ends up getting chased by the mailman, but I think Schwarzenegger ends up saving Jake Lloyd, and he ends up revealing that it's the dad the whole time. And we get this nice scene where after the mailman gets arrested, Jake Lloyd decides that he doesn't really want the toy anymore since his dad's Turbo Man. He ends up giving it to the mailman, and now he can give the toy to his son. So yeah, they both win something at the end of the movie. But the movie does end with Schwarzenegger his wife ends up asking him, like, did you get a toy for me or anything for me? And he's like, what? And that's the movie. We also got some other plots where we got this one guy named Phil, the actor who played him, rest in peace. He ends up trying to hit on every mom he sees because he's single and he's trying to get his son something and have a wife, I guess. But I think Schwarzenegger ended up actually trying to steal a Turbo Man doll in that house, but he ends up giving it up because he didn't want to steal and be a bad father. But we also get this random plot where Schwarzenegger bumps into what he thinks is a real Turbo Man doll, but it's actually a fake one. He almost got scammed for it. But it leads to a bunch of fighting a bunch of bad, evil Santas, greedy Santas, and he fights a group of them. It's meant to be super funny. So yeah, this movie's super over the top, and that's what makes it fun. It's just an over the top Christmas movie that kind of reflects on the chaos, like I said, of Christmas shopping. So if you have any wild Christmas shopping experiences, you can comment it below. But I probably give Jingle All the Way probably an 8 out of 10. There's some scenes that don't really hold up as much, but overall, I think it's a fun movie if you want to watch on Christmas. But yeah, it was an early start for Jake Lloyd's acting career, but I know he doesn't act anymore, which is completely fair since he's been through a lot in his life after playing Anakin Skywalker. But I hope he does better. But maybe he'll remember Jingle All the Way. So yeah. Anyway, I don't know what I'm going to review next. Maybe I'll review a Home Alone movie since I've done the second one. I don't know if I'm going to do the third one since I don't really feel like reviewing it. I think I was thinking of reviewing the fifth one, which is a weird choice. But maybe we'll get into that. But anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all next time.